to get the gear to do challenge mode, and this is something that I saw this morning on Reddit as well, that to do challenge mode, you need the gear from challenge mode.
Yeah.
And to do heroic, you need gear from heroic
But again,
mode.
that's the issue when we are talking about like the scaling between hard and challenge and all these kind of things. For example, when you're stuck in hard mode and you're just getting rewards for hard mode, you actually don't necessarily gear up to be able to do challenge mode, and then you're stuck in this situation where the only activities you can do are activities that will not provide you with any upgrades. So all you have to do is actually try to find a carry that's actually going to get you through higher difficulties, and that's not how it should be. Can you carry me?
Yes.
I need upgrades.
So as they said it, hard mode drops hard mode gear. Challenge mode drops challenge mode gear. Heroic drops heroic mode gear. And if you want to complete challenge mode, you have to complete challenge mode to get the challenge mode gear. So yeah, the way that a lot of this stuff is set up is quite broken and doesn't make any sense, and they're aware of it. So I guess we'll find out what they're going to do about it, but they're aware of that.
Scavenging, we talked about it a lot. It doesn't make sense right now. Again, that means the Nomad doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
well, it makes sense.
Scavenging only works for the leveling parts, but once you're level 30 and you're in the end game, scavenging pretty much doesn't bring you anything.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So this was quite funny to me when I heard it, and the real reason why I feel like this whole state of the game is pissing in the face is because a lot of the stuff that's really important that they could be talking about instead of just kind of recycling some of the same stuff, they briefly go over things. Now, if you didn't catch that, right, because if you watched this live and you only watched it live, you probably didn't catch what they just said. And what they just said was that scavenging is only good until you hit rank 30. The Nomad set is built on scavenging. Scavenging is kind of its main thing. That was one of the main perks of scavenging. But in order to wear any gear score or gear sets, you pretty much have to be rank 30. The irony. I really don't get it. Like, how did all of this get oversighted? How?
Kebab 55 says no lag. That's the goal. That's the goal. Yeah, Virtuoso is saying skills bucking up.
Oh, yeah.
We know that's definitely, well, that is game breaking. That's not cool. When you can't use your skills or the ladder bug and these sorts of things.
Yeah.
Those all have to go.
Server lagging.
So again, this is something else that they briefly just went over and kind of talked about very quickly was server lag, the bugs that are in the game, the ladder bug, skills not working, and no lag is the goal. That's what they said. No lag is the goal. Which month is this? This is August. The end of August. Didn't the game come out around like March or April? Still having lag issues with the servers. Kind of unacceptable at this point, guys. Like you have a DLC that you're asking people to pay for, and yet they're having basic gameplay issues with the servers being laggy and skills, which the game is completely built upon, not working. Not to say that they're not working in time. Maybe they come because of the lag. No, there are some skills that just don't work. You can throw down some smart cover and it don't happen. Been there, done that. Kind of unacceptable, guys. Like, seriously. I mean, if you're really worried about like the player base, if you really want to connect with the player base, tell them what the plan is. Whether the plan needs Q&A, whether the plan needs to be tested, whether the plan needs to go through official channels, whatever it is, tell the people what's on your mind. Don't ask us for our opinions and what you think we should have in the game. Don't try to play catch up and do things like that. Tell us what it is that is on your mind, what fixes you think would be best, and let us chime in on your ideas, not the other way around.
I was almost going to play the drinking game and say we're looking into it.
I think we said we're aware of it and we're looking into it a few times already.
All right.
So.
Okay. Because I know that people are, as soon as we see we're doing State of the Game today, they're like, I wonder how many times Yannick's going to be like, so yeah. Or we're looking into it. We're aware of it. I mean, it's true. We are aware of a lot of things and we're looking into a lot of things.
Yeah.
Exactly how we're going to deal with these will become clear.
Yeah.
So like I said to you guys, the next couple of weeks are going to be very critical for us and for you guys. And that's why we want to have these conversations. I'm really, really glad that we are able to see you guys and that you're still here and we can talk to you.
That's just, just to return this point. It's just like the point of the State of the Game today is just to tell you that we are aware of all these kind of things, to comment on it and to show that, these are things that we are actually really looking at right now. Totally. As Hamish said, expect more information in the next weeks on how we are actually going to address this. But yes, there really is the intention on our side to deal with all of that. So,
what will happen next week then? Tell us. We can't right now. There's a lot of things we have to do internally to get all of that sorted before we can.
Guys that just joined, are they looking at it? Yes, we're looking at it.
We're looking.
We're looking at it. We're looking at all the things.
Stuff. So again, as they've said numerous times through the State of the Game, the point of the State of the Game is to tell you that we know what's wrong and we don't have a solution. That's kind of, I don't know. I want to say silly. But hey, that's what they're doing. And don't really have a choice at this point. That they don't have a solution and they're not telling. The worst part is that they're not telling. But I've said my piece on that, so hey, whatever.
The point being, though, that it doesn't mean you guys shouldn't make videos and you guys shouldn't comment on issues and things that you think
that's exactly what I'm saying. You should totally do that. Which Skill Up did. And actually, like Butter or Drew, who's probably still in chat, his really good recent video about what his thoughts were on it. Fantastic. Thanks, man. But one of the questions that came up in it was something I thought was pretty interesting, because we've talked about how all weapons should be usable and all of that. Drew had a really good point that maybe shotguns and LMGs should be usable, but not in terms of comparable damage, but in terms of utility, which I thought was really cool. And I'm not saying that this is like what we should do or that we would do this, but these are the types of things that really help the conversation.
Yeah.
Like Drew brought up the point that that shotguns should not be comparable in terms of damage, but utility in terms of like stagger or slowing enemies and these sorts of things. So you have a weapon type that is catered towards that. Yep. I think that's really cool.
Weapon utility. I think I made a video about this back in June about how I think certain weapons should be useful in certain situations, and spatial control is kind of what the game should be centered around. Guess they didn't get around to seeing that video. But someone else mentioned it recently in one of their videos, and they liked that idea. I need more subscribers. Hit that. What? I guess it's on this side. Wait. Wait. Here. Yeah, right there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that button to make sure that you subscribe. And if you have subscribed, don't unsubscribe. Just share with your friends. Apparently, you need to be some famous YouTuber or somebody in order to get their attention so they can shout you out on the State of the Game and actually listen to some of your ideas. Because I've had lots of ideas, and there have been tons of people like you who've watched these videos and made some amazing comments that I couldn't agree with more, that I think would be really great for the game, but they aren't making it into the game, and the developers don't want to talk about what they're actually going to put in the game. So just kind of, be famous, have followers, and then maybe they'll listen to you.
That's the thing. We do look at the videos. We do look at the feedback. We do read everything, even if it's negative feedback. We're reading that. I don't know where I was. I was trying to say something very deep and serious. No, feedback, negative feedback. Yes, negative feedback is good. Give it. I mean,
it is. and I had another point to add to that. We don't even want people to feel like the barrier to entry to getting content or feedback or ideas to us is that you have to be a YouTuber with X amount of subscribers.
No.
That's not
No.
at all the case. Like I said, Abvex, who do the great Reddit thread, or people on the forums who make really good ideas and things that way, that's what we need. It's just if you happen to be a player who's played a lot of hours, who knows the game inside and out, regardless of if you have a YouTube channel or you stream or, have enough Reddit karma or, whatever. Just, we'll find it. And if it's a good idea, it's a good idea, regardless of who you are.
Oh, apparently you don't need to be famous or be some successful YouTuber to get their attention. That's what they've been saying all along. Wow, that's bullshit. And somebody actually, if you watch, I edited out somebody's comment in the live stream where they were saying basically they were shouting out all of the more famous YouTubers and popular YouTubers names by name, so that, if you were watching that stream, you could, if you hadn't heard of some of these people, you could definitely hear of them. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. But I think that all of the YouTubers who create content for the Division in some way have a lot invested into the game, and they want the game to succeed so that their channel can succeed. Personally, I would like the game to succeed, as I do like the idea of the Division, but I don't like the execution of the game. And that's why I'm not going to sugarcoat or bullshit or try to make you guys feel like you should stick around with the game, because it can be fun one day. If you don't like the game and if you don't want to play the game, then spend your time the way that you want. I'm going to make videos about the Division. I'm going to make videos about other games as I see fit. If I feel like the players and the supporters of my channel no longer want to hear about the Division and are not interested in the Division, then I will abandon ship. And I will stick with something that you guys want to hear, or something that I feel like is fun for me. But at the moment, honestly, real talk, the Division is not fun. Until there is some variety in the game, until there is some real variety in the game, the way that the combat goes, the variety in the weapons, as in named weapons doing something completely unique and feeling different from their basic model counterpart, until being able to attack enemies from different kind of ways, not only just shooting them in the head, is something that is relevant to the game and kind of necessary and mandatory. And until they fix the PvP part of the game, so that you don't go into the dark zone if you're a solo player, get jacked and feel like, fuck, I just wasted an hour or 2 hours trying to get out this weapon that I thought was kind of okay because I can't get anything anywhere else, just to have it taken from you, and having that kind of aching feeling, that sadness in your heart over a game, I think is a problem. And until they address those problems, I cannot honestly look anyone in the face or look into this camera and tell you that I think the Division is a game that you should invest a lot of your time in, because honestly, I don't invest a lot of my time in the Division. And if the developers are watching this, then hey, I'm letting you know. I used to play the game. I used to play the Division. I had to be more than 8 hours a day, maybe more than 10 during the first month to 2 months. Now I haven't even turned it on. So, yeah. Until a lot of these issues are fixed, and until the devs do something about the game and make the game fun, I can't endorse it. Will I support the game? Yeah, because there are people who come to my channel who are interested in getting my honest opinion. And they come, like guys like you come here to my channel for me. You come here because you know that I'm not going to just tell you some silly random shit to try to get some views, or to try to lure you into, coming back to play the game. So, well, whatever. Play the game if you like. Dump the game if you don't like it. Tell me what games you do want to see, what games you'd like to hear my opinion on, or you'd like for me to cover, and I'll do that. I have no allegiance or loyalty to any game developer. My allegiance, if anything, would be to the people who support the channel and the people who like my content, who genuinely like my content. Because if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't even be doing this video. So, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. It's getting dark. My mom left, by the way. She left Japan yesterday, which is why this video is quite late. But I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate everyone who has supported the channel, everyone who has left comments, continually tried to subscribe and do things for the channel. I know that the video is getting really dark. The sun is going down. All of this is going late. So I'm sorry about that. I'll see if I can lighten this up in edits. Hopefully I can. But before this runs on any longer than it already has, I just want to say thank you to everyone who supports TDK, Mr. So Real, and myself, Khan. We're all one and the same. And the train is passing again. It's rush hour, Japan time. So I'll catch you guys later. If there is another state of the game, I guess it will be tomorrow, and it's worth talking about, then I'll make another video. The previous state of the games that I didn't cover, it was because they weren't talking about shit, and it was the same. We know what's wrong with the game, but we don't have any solutions or answers. We just know. And the only reason I'm kind of even doing this video is because it's all been a slap in the face and kind of them pissing on us because they just say, we agree with you and we know. It's like that smiling face that's just telling you everything you want to hear. And then in the back of their mind, they're like, you know what? Fuck these guys. I don't like shit like that. I really don't. And until there's more transparency from the guys who are doing the state of the game, because I'm sure everybody at Massive isn't, you know, kind of playing these games. But until there's a lot more transparency on the direction that the game is going, yeah, I can't. So, Khan, TDK, Mr. So Real, I'm out.
Con. Con.